Hello YouTube, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This is the kart versus bike versus ATV challenge. If you guys are new to this set of videos here, I highly recommend you guys watch the entire playlist from the beginning if you can, or at least bits and pieces of it. You know, select your favorite track, because basically we are doing this challenge across all 96 tracks in the game here in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And we're basically putting to the test the standard kart, standard bike, and standard ATV, and pretty much checking out and seeing which of these type of vehicles can be deemed the fastest or most optimal vehicle to use on the track. But today we're going to go ahead and switch it up. I don't think I've ever used a heavyweight character on any of these challenges here. One thing to keep in mind with the weight classes, depending on the size of your character, really determines how fast your top speed or acceleration can go. Heavier drivers tend to have higher top speeds, and then lighter drivers tend to have higher acceleration. So that's kind of the difference there, kind of when you're considering building your kart and choosing your character. Another thing to really keep in mind there. So yeah, we're using Dry Bowser today, because today we are hitting up the last cup of the original 48 in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So we're going to be heading to the Bell Cup, and we're going to be heading to Neo Bowser City from Mario Kart 7. Let's go ahead and check it out. Alright, so here we are at Neo Bowser City again. This is a classic track from Mario Kart 7 of the Nintendo 3DS. This is definitely one of the more difficult tracks in the entire game here. Especially due to the rain. When it comes to rain on a track, it really does affect your turning and your drifting on these roads here. So some of these turns here, it's a little bit more slick. So if you start going or feel like you're gonna hit a wall or you're gonna go out of bounds, the ideal method is to utilize your brakes, because basically, you know, if you don't do that, you're gonna easily find yourself, like I said, in a wall or off the road. And I also say this is one of the more challenging ones, because especially when you decide to race this on 200cc, I deem this track to be one of the most difficult tracks to race in 200cc, just because there's so many turns throughout here. Alright, we're in the second lap. Let's go ahead and start using some mushrooms. This is a good shortcut spot right here to use a mushroom. One mushroom is usually good enough. And if you want, you can cut in between here as well. You can just kind of jump off like so. Another mushroom spot if you're able to cut through correctly. So yeah, tread these turns very carefully. Let's go ahead and use one more mushroom. Alright, so this track, we finish it at about an even 2 minutes. So it looks like on average, you know, if you're doing this time trials, definitely can be a lot faster than me. So you can average about maybe 150 seconds, or 150, a minute and 50 seconds. But an average like Mario Kart race would probably take, you know, typically take about 2 minutes, maybe 2 minutes 15 seconds. Obviously you have to count for the items on the track, but right here in time trials, 2 minutes is the time to beat. All right, so let's move on with the bike and have that compete against the kart to see which is faster. All right, we have changed from the bike to the kart, keeping the wheels and the glider the same. And off we go. Let's see how we do against the bike here. I think we should fare pretty well here. Like I said before, the bike handles sharper turns a lot better than the kart. However, if the kart is found on a straightaway, you can definitely find it to be a little bit faster, especially like that part right there. Alright, so far it really looked to be pretty even here. Almost pretty even Steven. Gotta love this. This was, I feel like this track is a little bit underrated, especially for it coming from Mario Kart 7. I don't know if you guys have ever played Mario Kart 7 for the 3DS, or if you guys ever ever owned a 3DS, but this was definitely an underrated track in my opinion. Look at it here. This bike is just eating up these turns for breakfast. And look at that, we are already well ahead of the cart. Again, these sharp turns is literally what makes the difference. I think one of the greatest things they did to this track, I mean, I wouldn't say it's one of the greatest, but it's really smart of them to make this an anti-gravity section. Just to kind of, you know, give that kind of feel like, hey, this is a track that belongs in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, or in Mario Kart 8 in general. So, but there you have it right there. I had no doubt that this bike would probably be successful here on this track. Again, a track that has a lot of twists and turns. It's usually the bike's advantage right there. So yeah, that's the bike for you. But we still got one more challenger, and that is the ATV. Let's see how that does against the bike. Alright, here we are with the ATV. So the ultimate test, which I have a prediction is probably not going to go well for the ATV, and that's mainly because, again, I've said this before, ATV is really the king of like top speeds, especially on straightaway tracks, but tracks like these where you have to do a lot of turning, very, very difficult to try and beat something like the bike that can easily take sharp turns, you know. Alright, and only 0.2 of a second, as you see right there. And just like that, the bike is already kind of closing in on us. Here comes these turns, and as you can see, the bike is pulling away. Kind of expected. I don't know if the shortcut will help. So you can see I had to kind of slow down there. That ATV was definitely not ready to make the turn as it needed to. I had to do a little bit of brake action. But look at these, couple of these straightaways, and we're already back in the race. But this is where the bike probably lose us. And that's these turns right here. See what I mean? It's neck and neck, but that bike again, those sharp turns, you can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong. Those sharp turns really, really help on this track when it comes to selecting the bike. Can't really do it so easily in the ATV unless you get a little bit more practice and like learning how to drift at the right time and stuff like that. So, but there you go. The bike wins. Simple as that. Let me know what you guys think of these videos in the comments below. I've been getting a lot of feedback, especially from a lot of recent videos. So I do thank you guys for the feedback. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great night. Have a great day wherever you're at. and we'll see you guys in the next video.